kind of bright.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Taylor.
Taylor?
Yeah.
How old are you, Taylor?
I'm 22.
22 years old?
Yeah.
Okay, where you from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Yeah.
How long you been out here in Philadelphia?
I want to say going on like 6 months.
Okay, Taylor, so you're 22 years old, you're from North Carolina, you out here in Philadelphia. What brought you out here?
My boyfriend.
Okay, how did you meet your boyfriend?
About a year and a half ago now, I came out here with an ex-boyfriend of mine who tried to kill me in a hotel room. He's out here on a work trip, and he ended up getting arrested for attempted murder, and I was stranded in Media, PA, and I was on Meet Me, just going on live chats and stuff, and my boyfriend ended up coming into my chat room, and we ended up talking. He ended up picking me up from the hotel because I was basically not allowed to be there because it wasn't my work.
Right.
And so when I got kicked out, I had no money to get home, so I was basically just stranded in Media. And then my boyfriend came and picked me up, and I've just been with him ever since, really.
Been with him ever since, all right.
Yeah.
Is he from Philadelphia?
He's from here, yeah, but we went to Florida for a while. So.
Okay. Rehab in Florida?
No.
Okay.
No, that was in Virginia.
Oh, that was in Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, so you've been to rehab before, right?
Yeah, I've been to rehab. I ended up going to Florida about 2 months after the accident with my ex. Well, what happened occurred with him in the hotel.
Yeah.
So me and my boyfriend ended up moving out of his cousin's house, going to Florida because that's where we were going to live. And then after that happened, I ended up dying with this chick that was a friend of ours, and she had just gotten out of rehab. She came, she wanted to party, so I ended up going and doing drugs with some stranger online because I wanted to kind of ditch my boyfriend at the time. We were fighting, and she wanted to get high, and I wanted to get high, so we go to some stranger's house to get high. And then he wanted to have a threesome with me and her, and we weren't there for that. So he ended up stranding us at 12 o'clock at night at a broken down gas station, an hour and a half away from where we needed to be in Port St. Lucie. And we were pretty much stranded there too. She had no phone. I was the only one with the phone. So I texted my mom. I called everybody I knew that could possibly help us get a ride back to the hotel that was in Port St. Lucie. And nobody came through, so a stranger ended up coming into the gas station around 1 o'clock in the morning and offered us a ride back. We saw a car seat in his back seat, so we were thinking, okay, cool, this dude's a father, he's not going to hurt us. So we get into his car, the dude starts driving the opposite direction, didn't even ask for the address. He ends up taking us to a hotel about 20 minutes away. So anyways, he takes us to a hotel. He parks in the back of the hotel where all these semi-trucks are parked, and he gets us up in this red semi-truck that has bloody blankets, hammers, fucking just knives and all kinds of, whack stuff. There's a bloody blanket on the bench that we were sitting on, and we wanted out, but the dude kept saying we're gonna have fun tonight. Well, we weren't too sure what that meant, but we had a pretty good idea, and we weren't about that. So the dude left to go get drugs because he wanted to party. When he got out, I think he thought he had locked the door to the semi, but he had not. So I had gone out with her. We went to the Denny's right directly in front of the hotel. We told them the story and what had happened. They gave us a free meal and some coffee. Around 2:45 to 3 in the morning, they ended up kicking us out because we were loitering, but we had nowhere to go. And it was 30 degrees outside. We weren't dressed for the weather. And as I'm walking out, some dude was like, hey, don't go to the semi-trucks, because here I am about to go back to the semi-truck because it's cold outside. And, I didn't want to be outside with not enough clothes on because that could make me sick. And the last resort was that semi-truck, so I was about to go back. So while I'm walking back to the semi, some dude followed me out of Denny's and was like, hey, I heard you talking to the waitress, you want to come to my place and you can stay there till you figure out a ride situation. I was like, okay, sure. So he goes in, he's like, I'm going to flip this bill and then we're going to leave. So about 20 minutes later, he comes outside and he's like, okay, this is what's really up. My name's Travis. I just got out of jail and, you know, I don't have a place that you guys can chill, but we can go behind the hotel and we can smoke some weed. Do you smoke weed? And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. You know, we have nothing better to do. So we go between these pallets that are stacked up on top of each other and a brick wall. We go between there so that way we can keep shelter from the cold. Well, my friend, she did dope. That was her addiction before she went to rehab and even afterwards. So he ends up giving her a boost bar because he's like, I don't have no dope, but I have a boost bar if you want that. So he gives her a pill, and I don't do downers, never been a downer. So I'm like, okay, I'll take, you know, some coke or some weed or whatever upper you have. So he ends up giving me a little bit of coke and rolling up a blunt. And next thing I know, Josie, she's sitting in the corner. She does half the pill. She crushes it up and she snorts half. And she's just in the corner and she's rocking back and forth like she's like, I'm there, I'm there. Dude says, yo, is she okay? I'm like, I don't know. She says she's there. I mean, I guess that's, you know, she's there. I didn't really know what to expect or what it was, but she handed me the other half of this crushed up pill and she was like, you want this? I said no, but I ended up doing half of what she had given me. And just remember getting kind of sick and throwing up and then just knocking out like that. I woke up now this took place between about 3 in the morning and 7 o'clock in the morning. Next thing I remember was waking up in a hospital bed and not really knowing too much of what happened. I only remembered waking up kind of sort of in between the time of the hospital and then the time of passing out.
So you ended up passing out?
Yeah. So she ended up, so she was like arm's length from me, and when I come to a little bit of consciousness, I'm really weak. I can't feel my bones. I can't even feel my body. Like, I'm so cold. And I kept trying to say her name, like Josie, like trying to get a response from her. But then I know I'm out like that again.
Wow.
So I wake up in a hospital bed and comes to find out this dude had buried me and my friend with the pallets that were stacked on top of each other, thinking we were dead. He pushes the pallets over on top of us and he ditches us, left us for dead. Some construction worker at the hotel, he ended up finding us on his way to work, found my leg hanging out from underneath the pallet. He started CPR on me. He called 911. It took the paramedics about 15 minutes to get there. By the time they got there, I needed to be Narcan 3 times, and CPR was definitely like consistent throughout the 15 minutes waiting, and also resumed when they arrived, as I was told. And then I come to find out when I wake up and all I can think about is, where's Josie? They ended up telling me that she's being worked on in the room next door, so it made me a little bit better. Comes to find out later that night, after I hadn't seen her all day, somebody told me that Josie was dead hours before the paramedics even arrived to the scene. So comes to find out that this boost bar that we were given was actually a pure press fentanyl. And I had never done fentanyl before, and that was my first time. Josie, she passed. This was September of last year. And
Wait, your friend passed away from this?
Yeah, she died that night.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. And after that, I went back to Port St. Lucie. The hospital ended up getting me an Uber back to my boyfriend's brother's house where my boyfriend was. And my mom ended up putting me on a plane that next day, and I went back to North Carolina. Then from there, my mom put me in rehab in Virginia. So I was traveling a lot after this. And when I was in Virginia, I ended up sneaking out of rehab, and I went with my roommate in rehab to get high in a hotel because I just lost somebody and I'm like, fuck life. This chick she was like 56. she tried to pimp me out in her hotel because
Really?
she thought I could make more money for her. So I was like, no, I don't do that. I don't.
So the owner of the hotel?
Yeah, so...
You think she's pimping other girls out?
So her intentions were actually to go to rehab just because she needed a place to stay for time being. She wasn't really serious about getting clean, and neither was I. I was just needing some help with trauma. I've never really been somebody that was like really addicted. Like I've been able to put things down, pick them back up occasionally. Like I've never really fiended for anything but weed, I guess. That's possible. That's really the end of.
Wow, so you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Could you say that you was dead for 15 minutes?
Yeah, I was dead for 15 minutes.
And that construction worker, he saved your life, right?
Yeah, he found
Dang,
us.
good thing he didn't call out that day. It's a joke, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you're here to be alive, you know, and stuff like that. So, how you feel being out here in a city like this, being from North Carolina, in a treacherous, scary neighborhood like this?
It's culture shock, that's for sure.
It's a culture shock,
Yeah.
right?
Honestly, I was adopted by a military family, so this is really sad for me because I've always been a very, like, Southern hospitality that I have doesn't really mean anything here.
Right.
And for me, I'm a giving person,
Okay.
not a taking, so it hurts me to know that I see so many broken people and I can't fix them.
Okay.
But I'm also broken and I'm still trying to pick up myself while trying to fix other people.
Right.
And in the process, I feel like it makes me a happier person because, you know, like trippy vibes, you know, like you just gotta.
Right, I understand. Are you currently working the Ave doing dates?
The what?
Are you working the Ave doing dates?
No, nowadays I just work on, well, I watch him work on cars and I just.
Okay, so your boyfriend holding it down on the financial tip.
Well, I mean, we both do. I mean, I do like little things, like I help people for money, like right now I'm folding some friends' clothes. She's pregnant, so she can't really do a lot.
Okay.
So that's how I've been making some income lately. But yeah, no, I make some money too. It's not just him. I mean, he likes to say it's just him, but I guess.
I'm sorry. Shout out to you and him for not having to indulge in that type of, predicaments to make money. Y'all know there's other ways to earn some money.
Yeah.
Instead of, prostitution or boosting. Y'all get involved with boosting at all or no?
Yeah. My boyfriend will say I have an addiction to it, but honestly, the only time, like, I like to do it for the house. Like, we do struggle. Like, sometimes we don't have enough money for groceries, and, I'll go in, pay for half the groceries, take half of them. And I feel bad at the end of the day. I enjoy doing. We take homeless people in sometimes.
Okay, yeah, because y'all do got hospitality at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all help the community.
Yeah, so right now we actually have a buddy of ours we met about 2 months ago out on the street, and it was real cold. We saw him over by rivers. That's our thing. We go to the casino at nighttime. Okay. Just to get away, and he was sitting at the bus station, and we could tell he was cold, and I was like, all right, well, we'll fuck the casino. How about you just come with us? You need to get a shower and you can sleep on our couch.
Y'all got big hearts for that, man. Y'all great people for that.
Yeah, and
I appreciate y'all.
I feel like I've humbled my boyfriend out a lot too, as far as that goes, because he was kind of, I don't know, I guess a butthole when I met him, but he's mellowed out a lot. So, I just always never forget to say thank you and pay it forward,
Absolutely.
I was adopted by a military family when I was given a great childhood, so...
That's great.
I just feel like I see people out here that didn't have it as good as me, and I just want them to know that there's hope. And
that's great. Yeah. How old is your boyfriend?
50.
He's 50?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a huge age difference.
Yeah.
Were you always into older men?
Yeah, I have daddy issues, so...
Okay. Are you serious about the daddy issue thing, or?
Yeah, I was. My dad left in 2008, about 2 months before my birthday. So I grew up with a mom. My adopted dad left, and my biological father. When I met him, his intentions were more so different than being a father. His intentions were trying to sleep with me. So.
Wait, your actual father or your stepfather?
Yeah, my biological father. I met him when I was 18.
He tried to sleep with you?
Yeah.
Wow, man, I do not like that man. I don't even know him. I don't like him.
So
F them. F them. I would like to thank you for your time.
Yeah.
One more question. You're currently using meth, right?
Yeah.
Do you plan on getting off the meth?
Yeah, actually I do. I want to go to school, actually, and I want to get a degree in something, so.
All Time Media is rooting for you. We hope you get off the substance. Hopefully you and your boyfriend is on the same page and you guys can motivate each other to get your life intact. Y'all got a home currently. It's a lot of people without a home, and I talked to y'all offline, and y'all say that y'all feel bad for the people that's out there because y'all was once in that position. Thank you for your courage and your honesty. Hopefully you can save somebody's life by them listening to this. But please, please, please utilize your plan to get up out the streets completely and chase your dreams. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Join All Time Media's Patreon for exclusive content and behind the scenes content and face-to-face live video chat. Thank you, guys. The link is in the description below.